Hi everybody, this is Mrs. Hooley from Draper 2, and of course we're doing our history lessons with ancient Greece, and I am doing lesson 5, the Battle of Thermopylae. Let's go over our words to know. Thermopylae and King Xerxes. Say them with me. Thermopylae, King Xerxes. All right, let's go. After the Battle of Marathon, King Darius decided that he was going to really beat the Greeks. He didn't just want to beat them, he wanted to crush them. He was very angry that the Persians had lost the Battle of Marathon. He felt dumb, especially when he thought he was going to win for sure. Could you imagine? You thought for sure you were going to win, and then you had to walk away going, "Oh, I'm a loser." That's exactly how he felt. Well, he didn't have a way to redeem himself because he died. So his son, his name is King Xerxes. So Darius's son, King Darius, his name was King Xerxes. What's King Darius's son's name? That's right, King Xerxes. So he decided to take over right where his father left off. Of course, he's angry that they had lost because he wanted his dad to be the winner. So he prepared a great army to attack Greece. So think about the great army that he has brought together for Greece now. Hundreds of thousands of soldiers attacked Greece from the north. So the Persians marched to a narrow strip of land called Thermopylae. What's the narrow strip of land called? That's right, Thermopylae. Thermopylae. A group of about 300 Greek soldiers met them there. 300 Greek soldiers. Oh, how many Greek soldiers? That's right, 300. So most of those soldiers, and if you remember the lessons about Sparta, that's where they were from. The 300 Greek soldiers were mostly from Sparta. Even though the Spartans were outnumbered, many more Persians, they did not show fear. Remember their training that they got. They could not show any fear. Could you imagine how hard that would be? Knowing that you might die, but have a brave face on anyway? Well, that's how they were. The Persians marched towards them. Many Persians were killed, but there were many more Persians than Spartans. All the Spartans' spears they broke. So imagine not being able to fight with your spear. So they fought with swords, knives, and even their fists. All day long they fought and fought against the Persians. But when the sun went down, all the brave Spartans were dead. All of them. That is what is called the Battle of Thermopylae. All right, let's go over some of our lesson review questions. You take a look at this picture. That is a Greek warrior as he boards his chariot going into battle. How do you think he was feeling? If he was a Spartan, he wasn't showing fear, but he definitely could have been thinking fear, wondering what was going to happen. Question 1. After King Darius died, who took over? That's right, King Xerxes. Who took over for King Darius? That's right, King Xerxes. That was his son. Number 2, the Persians had built up a very huge army. They decided to attack Athens again. This time they landed in a place called, that's right, Thermopylae. Make sure you're marking these as you go if you have your papers with you. If not, please make sure you're saying them with me. Number 3, when they got to Thermopylae, they met, how many Spartan soldiers were there? 300, that's right. Number 4, were there more Persians or Spartans? Think about who was outnumbered. That's right, Persians. There were more Persians. Now, what do we call this battle we just learned about? The Battle of Thermopylae. What battle? That's right, the Battle of Thermopylae. Now, who won this battle? Who won? Think about who died. Think about who won. The Persians. That's right, the Persians. Number 7. Who lived to the east of Greece who liked taking over land? Who were those people that loved to take over land? Think about the last lesson you heard. That's right, it's the Persians. They love to take over land. Number 8. So those Persians started fighting the city of Ionia. That's right, on the map behind me, you may be able to see where Ionia is. Number 9. Who did Ionia ask to help them? They didn't have enough people to help them fight. Who was it? That's right, it was Athens. Number 10. Athens then went to, who did they go to for help? That's right, they went to Sparta. Number 11. Did these two city-states usually get along? Remember, we called those city-states in Greece. And they all had their own rulers. And so did they get along with different rulers? No, they did not. But even though they didn't get along, who did they ask? Who did they send to Athens? Number 12. Who did they send to Athens? What was his name? The runner? Pheidippides. That's right. Number 13. What did Sparta tell them? What did Sparta tell him? That's right. They would help him. You bet. We'll come and help you. But after we get done with our festival. Festival is a lot more important. So the answer is they would help others when the festival was over. They would help after their festival is over. So, yay, they're going to help, but not right now. Number 14. In the meantime, because they had to wait for Sparta to get done partying, look at 14 again. In the meantime, Persians sent ships over to Greece. How many? That's right, 600 ships. Wow, that's a lot of ships. Oh. And number 15. These ships landed in a place called, this is a place called Marathon. That's right, Marathon. That's why we run marathons, named after Pheidippides. Number 16. What was the king of Persia's name? Think about the king. That's right, King Darius. Number 17. After the Athens attacked the Persian soldiers by surprise, what happened? Think about those Persian soldiers. They weren't very brave. So what happened when it was a surprise? That's right, the Persians ran away. They went back to their ships. See you later. Number 18. Pheidippides' famous last words were, "We are victorious." That's right, say that with me. We are victorious. Nice. Number 19. Then what happened to him? We are victorious. And then he dropped to the ground and he died. That's right, he did. He had ran so much his heart gave up. Number 20. Today, people run in long distance races called, what do we call them? Because they're named after the city. That's right, marathons. Think about somebody you might know that has run a marathon. Do you guys know anybody that's ran a marathon? Maybe you'll run a marathon someday. That would be amazing. Amazing. Number 21. Greece is it's a country. That's right, country. Number 22. Greece is considered sticks out into the water on 3 sides. That's right, it's a peninsula. Number 23. The first Olympic Games were held in a place called, now don't get tricked because look at those words right there. I've seen Olympus before. I think I've heard of Mount Olympus. Olympia or Olivia. Okay, which one of those is trying to trick you? For sure Olivia, right? Because I've not heard that name. I've heard that name, but not a name in Greece. But I've heard of Olympus. I've heard about Mount Olympus. That's where the Greek gods. No, that must not be it. That's right, it's Olympia. Number 23, the answer is Olympia. The first Olympic Games were held in Olympia. Number 24. In ancient games, athletes were given after winning. What were they given? Now we get medals that we get to wear, right? We do our school Olympics, we get a medal or a trophy. But then what did they get in ancient Greece? That's right, a crown of leaves over their head. Number 25. In ancient games, who were not allowed to participate? Animals, men, women. Yep, It's women. Very good. Number 26. Which city-state gives us the idea of democracy? Think back to your early lessons that you did. Athens. The city-state who gave us democracy is Athens. Number 27. In Greece, who was not allowed to vote? Remember, we talked about how it was similar to our early years in our country. Thank goodness that changed. Slaves and women. That's right, slaves and women. Number 28. In America, you must be an citizen and years older to vote. Let's see. Let's try that again. In America, you must be an United States citizen and over 18 years old in order to vote. United States citizen and over 18 years old. Those are the two things to be able to vote. Most of you are probably already number 1. And when you turn 18, then you can vote. Number 29. Ancient Greece has given us many, is it things? Gifts, people, or papers? Think about it. That's right, gifts. Gifts, not like a present, but a gift is something that we can use that is so helpful. So think about some of those things that they gave us. What some of the gifts, one we just talked about, which is very important, is our form of government, our democracy, where we get to choose our leaders. It's a pretty important gift. Number 30. We're almost done. The Greeks were the first to organize blank and blank. Ooh. Let's go back. Let's go back and look at our paper. See if we can find an old one. The Greeks were the first to organize schools and libraries. That's right, schools and libraries. Number 31. Greeks also developed mathematical ideas such as, now here's another tricky question because all of those things down there are mathematical ideas, aren't they? Addition, subtraction, fractions, and multiplications. But I remember that lesson only talked about one of these that specifically came from Greece. Fractions, that's right, fractions. Number 32. Greeks were the first to study the human blank and see how it works. It was the body, very good. And number 33. The Athenians were so happy because they had beaten the Persians to tell the rest of Athens. So the Athenians were so happy. Who did they send? Remember, they'd beaten the Persians. They didn't think they were going to. So who did they send? Who was running? Pheidippides. That's right, Pheidippides. All right, my friends, it is review time. What time is it? That's right, review time. Number 1, Persians, a group of people who like to take over other people's land. Number 2, Persians decided to attack Ionia. That's where it first started. Ionia, right there. Number 3, Ionia is across from Athens, and Ionia asks Athens to help them. I noticed some typos on here. Did you guys see that? It should be Ionia. Ionia is across from Athens, and Ionia asked Athens to help them. Number 4, Athens wanted to help, but they knew they were too small. They didn't have enough people. Number 5, they sent Pheidippides to Sparta to see if they would help. So number 6, Pheidippides runs there. Number 7, Sparta says, yes, after we are done with our festival, we'll come and help. So Pheidippides runs back to Athens. And then Athens says, we can't wait until they are done with their festival. So number 10 says, in the meantime, Persia sends 600 ships across the Aegean Sea. That's a lot of ships. Here they go. Across the sea. Right there. All right. Then number 14 says, soldiers from Athens have won the battle and they are... we got to go back. The soldiers from Athens were so surprised when they landed in Marathon, right? They landed in Marathon. The soldiers from Athens were super surprised that they ran back to their ships. They didn't think the Persians would be the first to attack, right? They didn't think the Athens would be the first to attack. So soldiers from Athens surprised the Persians, soldiers by attacking first. They ran away. Ran back to their ships. Number 14. Soldiers from Athens have won the battle and they are happy. Number 15. They send Pheidippides back to the main city to tell the rest of them. Because, he's a good runner, so go run, 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 run. And he runs 20 miles. How many miles? That's right, 20 miles. He gets to Athens and he says, that's right, we are victorious. And then he dies. Bummer. Number 18. Today we run marathons to remember Pheidippides, who ran from Marathon to Athens. Today's marathons are actually 26.2 miles. 26.2. How many miles? 26.2 miles. That's right. Number 20. Of course, King Darius is very mad. So he starts building an army to fight again. But he dies. So his son decides to build an army to fight. He takes over. And they travel to Thermopylae. That's the lesson we just did. To attack the Greeks again. When they get there, 300 soldiers were waiting. There are a lot more Persians than Greeks. So they fight and fight and fight all day. Remember, the sun goes down. All the Spartans are dead. And number 27 says, finally, the Persians win. Every Spartan soldier from Greece dies. Every Spartan soldier is dead. All right. Wow. What an amazing story. Thank you for sitting with me as we did the lesson today. Bye-bye.